Biafra, Biafra, with a lot of people that are ready to get out of the contraption, ready to embrace Biafra, while some are still in perpetual darkness. They are not ready to get out of this. And the Biafran politicians that we have at the moment, they are comfortable with what is on ground at the moment. They love the idea of getting money out of a system that is supposed to function properly to serve the people, but rather they are serving themselves and they are not ready to get out of this. So you will never hear them speak in favor of progress. You will never hear them speak in favor of Biafra. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike asked his Twitter followers to rate the current state of Rivers State. In his tweet, he said, "Good morning, Port Harcourt City and Rivers State. We have done a lot when it concerns security in the state, but it's quite unfortunate that the Western media would stop at nothing to paint the state red. But you, the people, have to say, do you think Port Harcourt is safer now?" And all you need to do is tap on yes or no or indifferent to what he has asked. In response to this, a man responded by tweeting back at Nyesom Wike. He said, "Kudos to the only active Biafran governor. We love what you are doing. Carry on." And in response to this, Nyesom Wike quickly tweeted back, "There is no entity as Biafra. I was elected in Nigeria and under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Get involved." That is a tweet in response to the "Kudos to the only active Ash Biafran governor. We love what you are doing. Carry on." Carry on. Now, in response to this, someone, of course, a lot of people weren't going to agree to this. There were a lot of disagreements that followed afterwards by his followers, and they responded politely. Now, someone corrected him, and this young man tweeted what Nyesom Wike should have tweeted. There was and there will always be an entity called Biafra, but I was elected in Nigeria and under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That is what the person tweeted. Another person said, "Governor Wike is right. There is no entity as Biafra for now, and he was elected in Nigeria under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let us be guided, please." Now, in response to this again, the person said, "Yes, but I don't see any reason for him to reply that comment that way. There are a lot of comments that he should have replied from Abia State people, but just choose to tweet." Another person says, "Sooner than later, the Republic of Biafra will be restored again. We are gradually coming together." It is so sad, and when I say sad, it is so terribly sad that many of those politicians, all because of what they stand to gain, they will never, ever speak truth to power. I understand that Nyesom Wike got elected under the flagship of a party that originates from the geographical expression called Nigeria. I understand the fact that he swore to uphold the laws and everything underneath this structure and this system. I understand all of this. But how then can Nyesom Wike tweet that there is no entity called Biafra or as Biafra, that Biafra does not exist, and he wasn't even saying that Biafra is going to exist or is going to come? So simply put, these dudes are speaking from two sides of their mouth. Why am I bringing this out? I'm bringing this out because soon, when the new Biafra nation comes, these are the group of people that will be quick to speak about the new nation, about how they are to move and how things are supposed to be done. probably it will be part of the people that might want to start drafting the new constitution of the new nation, and people will quickly forget. People will quickly forget this without remembering that it is not possible for this same man that never believed in Biafra, for whatever reason it is, probably during the Civil War or after the Civil War, a lot of things happened. And if I don't want to go too much into the history of how the people from River State, Port Harcourt decided to, add some other prefix to the names that are indigenous to Igbo language. They decided to add a different suffix and prefix to it so as to differentiate themselves. They said a lot of things happened as a result of some issues between them and also between the major group, the Igbo group, the major group. So they had some issues and they felt that they were much more of a minority, and they decided to create a niche for themselves where they are going to stay, and they kept that identity to today. It could be, there are a lot of concerns that needs to be addressed anyway, aside these politicians that are only interested in their own vested interest. Probably he has his own other issues too. But in general, having looked into a lot of issues as regards this issue of one Biafra, I've come to realize that there are some disgruntled ethnic groups. There are some groups that claim that somehow after the Civil War or during the Civil War, the larger group, the Igbos, dominated them, they did this to them and stuff like that. And there are a lot of complaints here and there. Do not forget that the war itself wasn't easy. So there are, certain syndromes that could show face, symptoms that could show face at that period. But then, there are a lot of issues, and I feel that for Biafra to come and for Biafra to be properly, the motivation to be there are issues that needs to be addressed. And one of the issues is the issue of trust amongst the ethnic groups that make up Biafra. I've seen and heard several times where people from that, they call themselves the Delta people, the South. I've seen people from, people from Akwa Ibom. I've seen people from even River State. I've seen them talk in a way as if they are not going to support Biafra. They said, "Oh, this happened to us when we wanted after the war. My uncle took me away, had to take me running away." Someone commented about this, and when I saw the person's profile, I realized the person is not a young person anyway. He said, "I was young, and my uncle had to kind of take me out of that particular region, which is dominated by the Igbos. And he had to take me out of that place because this and that was about to happen to me." Why? Because I wasn't totally accepted. These are issues that need to be dealt with because they are very serious issues, but that shouldn't cover the truth of the matter, the reality that Biafra is the only solution. Breaking away is the only solution. It's as simple as that. Nigeria is not working. Maybe for the likes of Nyesom Wike, where he can go break some hotels, he can go and take some money here and there, buy properties abroad. Those are the things that work for them. So we might say, yes, vested interest, corruption, and what they stand to gain is basically the reason why they are pushing hard to keep the one Nigeria as it is. But the truth is that for an average citizen, the one Nigeria is a total scam. It is not working. You are talking of a one Nigeria. Is your details, are they stored properly? Is there a reliable database? It's like a structure that is not working, that is not non-existent structure. I don't even know what they are doing there. Seriously, I don't know what they are doing there. If there is no reliable database that all details and information of everybody living in that geographical expression, if there is none, then how can you tell me that is a nation, that's a country? They should have a reliable database that indicates when you were born, what job you are doing, what address you live, what location you live in, your status as a person. When people die, all these informations are supposed to be in one central database. So if I point a lot of things that are not in place, you realize that these things are kept there, kept in that way to make sure that they continue to run the system this way till one day it will crack to a point whereby it cannot stand no more. So for Nyesom Wike to have said this, it is disheartening. I hope he will retrace his steps and address this issue. I see this as a slap. He's not a young man. He's someone that must have experienced the civil war himself, either as a child. Is it the fear of the civil war, or is there some stories? That is why I said there are issues that are on ground that people need to voice it out now once and for all, so that these things can be sorted out. Because when you hear different things from different circles, it makes you feel uncomfortable. Why? Because they believe that the Igbos are the ones that are pushing for the Biafra, while the minorities might be cheated along the way. But it's good that we look into this now before it is too late.